Gigguk is very big in the anime community, and very often they do like best anime of such and such season of this year, yada yada, that sort of thing. So we're going to go over the anime that, the best of anime from 2025. There was a decent selection of anime that came out this year, or this past year. So I'm very curious, like which ones I've seen and what he kind of, you know, refers to. I'm going to bet that he's putting his own anime in this list, as like an honorary mention at the very least, because Gigguk also made his own anime last year. So very cool. Maybe we can go check out the episode at one point. Who knows? But yeah, let's get to watching. Yeah.
2025 was a year of turbulent times, uncertain futures, but if there was one thing I could rely on to pull through, of course, it was that
It was anime.
anime.
Oh, I should also warn you, Gigguk is really good at editing. Like, holy shit, he's good at editing.
If there was any doubt over anime's position in the world, 2025 has undoubtedly proven it is not just popular, but there are titles that can achieve full-blown mainstream success. Demon Slayer became not only the highest grossing anime movie of all time, but broke into the top 10 grossing movies of the year.
Right underneath Jurassic World and above How to Train Your Dragon. Granted, it was live action How to Train Your Dragon. But, like, look at the movies that
Yeah,
were able to
grossing
beat
anime
it.
movie of all time, but broke
Here it is. Here it is. Nisa 2. I don't know what this one is. Oh, Beijing Entertainment. That, in light. Okay. Zootopia 2. Avatar, Fire and Ash. Lilo and Stitch. A Minecraft movie. Jurassic Park. Those are the movies that they had to have to take down Demon Slayer. And I didn't get to watch it yet. Nisa was good? I'm gonna have to Google that really quick. Oh, that movie. Okay. Yeah. I've heard of that one. Apparently there's a Nisa 2. Yeah, apparently. Really good animated movie. Yeah, no, I've seen clips of it. It looks really good. I need to check that out with Star later. Maybe a movie night. I keep on talking about doing a movie night. Really need to. Need to kick it off with Flubber for sure. I'll have to find out like how to actually do that. Or maybe I'll talk to one of the tricksters or something. Yeah. I've seen the first one. It's on Netflix. Ah, okay, good to note. But yeah.
into the top 10 grossing movies of the year, beating out such IPs as How to Train Your Dragon and frickin' Superman. This movie was
Honestly though, with like comic movies that have been coming out, like it's not that unreasonable to beat a comic movie these days. But also, it's Superman. It's fucking Superman. People would just buy a ticket to it just for the simple fact of going to see a Superman movie. That's it. They don't care if it's good or not.
an absolute spectacle that delivered the Demon Slayer experience I expected, but damn did it feel long. I think about an hour in, I left to go pee, managed to find time to finish my college degree, got a job, started a family, came back, and I think we're about halfway through the Yakuza flashback. But they weren't the only one in the headlines, because One Punch Man fans ate this year. And then collectively threw up. After 6 years of waiting, One Punch Man dropped a bomb not even Oppenheimer could recreate, giving us a season of animation so impressive, Google Slides is about to license it out as an add-on. History has taught us that everything good comes in threes. We've had the big three of World War II, the big three of colleges, the big three of tennis, the big three of shonen, and now, this year has finally given us the big three of frames.
I watched only two of these. I watched Blue Lock, some of Blue Lock season 2, and I watched a good portion of this one, of One Punch Man season 3. I don't know if it's as bad as everybody's like giving it. When we would get Half-Life 3? Good question. I haven't even played the first two. I don't know if it's as bad. I know bad take. It's not as bad, I don't think, as everyone's been saying it is. But it's definitely nowhere near as good as the last two seasons. definitely nowhere near as good as the first season. That's for damn sure. Second season, they definitely let the quality kind of like dwindle a bit, but it was still fun. It was still good. Season 3, it's it wasn't as good as the first two, so it's trashing the eyes of the people. True. They did. Don't get it twisted though. They fucked up with this anime. Like the meme of just Garo sliding down the hill. No, that's in the anime. That is a legitimate thing that happened. That is a legitimate thing that happened. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Dragoon. It's not good, but it's not garbage. I've seen garbage. Trust me, I've seen garbage. But because One Punch Man is being held at such a high standard, and then they turned out this one, which is literally like B anime quality, quality. It's pretty bad. Absolute garbage is reserved for AI. Yeah, which there's a few of those that have come out recently. Yeah, looking at you, Amazon. But I don't know. They definitely should have done better. They should have cooked better. And I'm pretty sure that the main reason for it having an issue is literally the investors. I'm pretty sure it's the investors that fucked it up because, rushing and not wanting to pay or, do what they need to do in order to make sure that this franchise got what it deserved. But Blue Lock, though, yeah, that one was very One Frame-esque. I don't know about the beginning after the end, though. I'm not too sure what was going on with that one. I didn't watch that.
As the community responded to this failure on a scale anime had not seen before, Berserk fans could only helplessly watch this unfold on the sidelines like,
hey, you wanted this, right? You wanted the real deal? That's what this is. Wake up, you're in the middle of it. Stop complaining.
This was the year where 2 letters shot fear into anyone that heard them. AI.
So is it any wonder people are afraid of technology?
Technology! Oh my god. And the anime community was not immune to its effects. We had masses of fake scenes posted with the release of Sora 2. Grok got its own AI companion, as if people weren't lonely enough, and of course, OpenAI allowed users to flood the internet with Ghibli AI drawings. Looking Miyazaki right in the eye and thinking, man, I don't think you hate anime enough yet. And if you're like me and just realized that all this happened within the space of 1 year, yeah, I know. I wouldn't blame you if being on the internet.
I saw something that I can very much agree with. Can we stop having so many, like, world-changing events happening, please? Can we just have, like, a normal year where nothing crazy happens? Where not, like, the entire world gets flipped onto its head? Can we just have a normal year? Just give us some good shows. No big controversies. No big, like, earth-shattering changes in the universe. Can we just please forget about 2026? We just started 2026. Let us have a good 2026. Fuck.
It felt exhausting at some points this year, and the online landscape was as confusing as ever to navigate. We needed hope. We needed positivity. We were yearning for some real human interaction.
I practice drawing faces in a different angle, but it looks kind of weird, lol.
Raise your hands up! I beg of you! There's no time left!
Don't be afraid! He's a very good man!
Offer up your energy!
But the year ended with
Oh god, I fucking love it. And then they put it in the anime. I don't want a normal year. I want event after event after event. Let the world twist into a pretzel before imploding. No. I have lived through enough once-in-a-lifetime world events now, please. That was the best thing to come out of 2025, and it was literally just some person trying to figure out how to draw the head at a weird angle. so good.
People united under one banner. One drawing a Freeren with a chin so chopped she could withstand an uppercut from Mike Tyson. The voice actor for Freeren changed it to her profile picture as artists all around the world came together to help draw her in a rare case of all-around positivity being spread online. This was the alive human theory. Real human-to-human interaction. No bots, no AI, just sheer determination to pick up a pencil and the will to follow what we knew Himmel the hero would do.
And the best part is, they didn't make the original poster a joke. I was so scared when I first saw that popping up. I'm like, oh, are they tearing this person a new one because they're asking a simple art question and they're making fun of them for it? No, people were actually like getting behind it. They were actually being good about it. I'm like, oh, humanity's not done. Humanity's not destroyed or dead. There's hope.
Once and for all, proving the strongest AI slop can still be defeated by the weakest pencil user. Did anything else happen this year? Oh yeah, I made my own anime or something.
Yeah.
This is the part where I normally get to my honorable mentions, but today I have something else I need to mention honorably, and that's today's sponsor, Arknights Enfield. The wait is finally over. I've talked about it. I streamed
what was that animation?
Arknights Enfield.
Okay. Let's just... I think I mentioned this before, but even professional artists had a tough time with that. Oh god, yeah. Yeah, no, that is a hard angle, for sure. And it is not an easy one. Like, let's just thumb through this animation really quick. So she bounces up a little bit, does the little cute thing, and then watch this twirl. I don't know why, it's just mesmerizing. I love that. That's cool. Animation's so fluid. Yeah, I love that.
I've talked about it. I streamed the beta, and now with over 30 million global pre-registrations under its belt, Arknights Enfield...
Did her cloak turn blue from one frame at the start? Don't think so.
Sponsor, Arknights Enfield. The wait is fine.
No, I think what you saw was the like little flash of light. See, there's a like a light change here. And that probably switched things around a little bit for you. Yeah. Yeah, it was a weird one, but it was kind of like a tone shift. Which happens every now and then.
I've talked about it. I streamed the beta, and now with over 30 million global pre-registrations under its belt, Arknights Enfield global launch is now upon us. But just in case you haven't had the release date in your calendar and counting down the days since they first announced it like I have, let me fill you in. Arknights Enfield is a 3D real-time strategy RPG where you command a team of 4 operators of diverse classes and skills to take down powerful enemies.
So Genshin. So kind of like Genshin.
Being a spin-off of Arknights, Enfield carries forward the cinematic...
Or would that be Honkai? That be Honkai Star Rail? Not interested. I want Ananta. I don't know what that is. Genshin before Genshin.
Storytelling and stylized aesthetic of the original. That means incredible cutscenes, dripped out character designs, and everything we loved about its presentation. But now you can experience all those great things while exploring a varied selection of dynamic world environments. Whether it's the industrial landscapes of Valley 4 or the Wuling region's blend of traditional aesthetics and future designs, each is full of different missions and unique challenges whilst you gather resources and transform the world itself through factory building mechanics. And during the release...
I didn't know that. That's cool. Ananta is basically anime Grand Theft Auto. Ah, I see. Oh, right, I think I heard about that. Don't think it has a release date yet. Wait, never mind. Wait. Satisfactory gameplay, let's go.
Celebration, not only will you have a chance to pull for the 6-star characters Levatane, Gilberta, and Yvonne, but you also get a whole bunch of rewards through in-game events.
And of course there's the gacha thing, but, I mean... I'm sure you're able to play it for free.
Includes up to 135 free pulls, 6...
We need an anime factory builder? Yeah, that we have it. It's called Pal World.
6-star weapon selection crates, the 6-star operator Ardalia, and the 6-star weapon Dreams of Starry Beach. So if that sounds as great to you as it does to me, Arknight's
Decent.
Enfield is
I don't
available
know
now
what
on
any of that
PS5,
means.
PC, and mobile. So check out that link in the description to download the game today. Thank you again to Arknight's Enfield for sponsoring us today, and with that said, here are the actual honorable mentions. If this is your first time here, I'd rarely put continuations of shows I've already talked about on previous lists.
Share link. The link to the video is already in the pinned comment. I can give you the link. Oh, link for the game. That's Arknight Enfield. If you go to the video, you should be able to find his creator code. Use that one. I said anime, not animated. Ah. Yeah, anime factory builder. Pal World. Okay, back to the video.
If this is your first time here, I'd rarely put continuations of shows I've already talked about on previous lists unless it really goes above and beyond and gives me something new to say about it. But that doesn't mean I didn't continue enjoying them. Dun might not have gotten the same.
Share the link from the description, but I can hop onto the video and click it. Yeah. If you could do that, I could do that after if needed, but yeah, we're going to focus on the video for now. I need to finish Down. We got to the point. I basically got to this scene, and that's as far as I got.
Buzz that episode 7 provided, but I've really enjoyed the character-focused development we got. Everyone likes to talk about the weirdness or the flashy action, but this shit is doing romance better than most romance anime right now. About a year ago.
So that's actually something I noticed in anime that's been coming out. There's actually been a number of anime that have been popping up where they've been really hard focusing, trying to like do romance right. My Dress Up Darling, Dan 100 Girlfriends. There's actually quite a few where they're actually doing relationships justice finally, and they're not just like female protagonist, male protagonist. They done. They're in love now. Cool. They're shipped. Done. Packaged. Shipped. Move on. That's about it. Don't worry about the clapping. Don't worry about the clapping. I'm clapping, guys. I'm clapping. But like, they've actually been doing a lot of really good work on trying to really hammer into proper relationships that feel right, especially for like the ages of the characters that they're talking about. Which I'm all for. I am enjoying it.
I introduced my anime illiterate mum to Apothecary Diaries, so I thought I'd be a loving son this year and save myself from watching season 2 until the Christmas break so I can experience it with her, by which point she had already watched it 4 times.
Fantastic. She's become a true weeb. Oh, that is... Honestly, I'd be proud. I'd be so happy. I'd be like, you want to go for a 5th? She's like, fuck yeah, I do.
She still doesn't even know its name. She just calls it Mau Mau. City, the animation, really did not...
Yes, another aura. I guess you're Super Bubble too. She just calls it Mau Mau. I love it.
Lie about its name, being in my top 3 of best animated shows of the year that was so close to making the list, but just didn't quite meet the same level of unhinged, gut-busting laughter Nichijou gave me. Now if we're talking most unhinged show this year, that was Nukitashi.
Wait, what?
I would love to talk about this one more, but
Oh, yeah, that anime. That anime. Oh god. Yes. I
would love to talk about this one more, but the amount of frames I'd be able to get away showing here would equal that of an episode of One Punch Man 3.
Yes. Yeah. Forgiven. I will say that scene, it is not taken out of context, and no, it wasn't weirdly clipped. That's exactly what happened in the anime. Understandable. Have a nice day. Yep. This anime takes place on an island where, open relations are not just normal, but encouraged. And monogamous relationships are very much frowned upon. And it's interesting. Not for anyone under the ages of 18. Just saying. And we'll move on.
Solo leveling. Now, I know you're going to ask me about this, so let me just set the record straight.
And the anime award goes to... Oh... Sung Jin-woo from Solo Leveling.
I like Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is a series that knows...
I'm sorry, but...
Jin-woo from Solo Leveling.
I like Solo Leveling.
He actually kind of looked a little defeated there. I'm not gonna lie. Because I think a lot of people were a little, like, annoyed that Solo Leveling won. If I remember correctly. I can't remember what was the other anime that it was that people were really rooting for. I haven't seen much of the anime for this, but I read the novels. Very much like the novels. Solo Leveling, honestly, great anime. It's a fantastic anime. Watch it. They did the novels justice. Haven't read the novels myself, but from what I've heard, they... Oh, right, Freerin. That's right.
Solo Leveling is a series that knows exactly what it is. It does one thing, but does that one thing so exceedingly well, you do not care about anything else. And this season delivered some of the best power fantasy aura farming action spectacle you can find, and I ate it up. But that doesn't also...
Aura farming is, putting it mildly. From what I've seen of the anime, they cut some really important context-established things. That's normal for most things. That's very normal for most, like, media-to-media translations. They're not going to be able to put in every single piece of information, and certain pieces that might be important, but don't add a lot of impact to the actual show, will end up inevitably getting dropped. Yeah, that's actually probably the best way to put it there, Dragoon. Bro had an aura agricultural county. Country, yeah. Pretty much. It's good for the action scenes and such, but a lot of the deeper context was left out. Yeah, I can understand that. But they knew damn well what the people really wanted. They wanted the aura, they wanted the flex, they wanted the action. Country, not county, country. Yes, I know. I missaid. I miss it. I have...
I mean, I think it's the best anime, or has the best main character. To me, this is not a 3-star Michelin dish, it is a McDonald's chicken nugget, but the best fucking nugget you've tasted in your...
It's a McDonald's chicken nugget. But how many people want to get a fucking chicken nugget? How many people would want a freaking chicken nugget over a Michelin meal throughout the day? Nugget farming. Exactly. Philaxis, why you boop me?
life. And who wants to live in a world without nugs?
Agreed.
Nice.
Last year, I did a cop-out by putting a movie at the top of the list. Thankfully, this year was so stacked with choices, I didn't need to do that again. But if I did, 2 titles would definitely be making the list. Chainsaw Man lived up to the absolute cinema meme it originally started. This wasn't just another shonen movie adaptation, it was a perfectly crafted cinematic experience, and I think it says a lot that for how much jaw-dropping, mind-blowing action sequences this movie delivered on, the quiet...
That's another movie I haven't seen yet. I need to watch it. Star, we're watching this soon. No ifs, ands, or buts, we're watching this.
The serene pool scene is the one my mind always comes back to. But standing toe-to-toe with that, in my eyes, is 100 meters. If Chainsaw Man was that critically acclaimed blockbuster, 100 meters would be that Oscar-nominated indie movie with moments equally as breathtaking and cinematic. Cinema.
Favorite name. Honestly, sports anime, not going to lie, as dumb as it sounds, like, this anime is literally just about a sport. It's about basketball, it's about volleyball, it's about running, biking, and all that. Why are they so good? Like, I don't give a shit about swimming, competitive swimming. Free's an amazing anime. I don't care about volleyball. Haikyuu, great anime. I don't give a shit about soccer. Blue Lock was fun. And they actually kind of make you appreciate the sport just a tiny bit. Because the struggle and journey of athletics is genuinely a good story almost every time. Yeah, no, I can agree on that. But they also do such a good job with the animation, the character building, all that. And then you get One Punch Man Season 3. 100 meters was great as a person who used to compete in pro sprinting. Nice. I'm gonna write that down. Give me a moment. Let me write that shit down. I'm gonna check that out later. Football movies, Rocky, Mighty Ducks. The only thing from the Mighty Ducks that I fully remember is the cartoon. The cartoon series. I enjoyed that cartoon. It was fun. Okay, back to it.
This is a film about running, about people whose lives are about running. You see people who destroy their lives over obsessions, over chasing records, chasing achievements, sacrificing everything, only to wonder what the point of it all was to begin with.
That is some interesting
you see
animation,
people
for sure.
unable to fully commit to themselves, in fear of finding out they're not as good as they think they are, crafting a prison of their own anxieties they're unable to break out of. You see people so desperately searching for meaning in what they do, unsure if they live to run or run to live. People who
wasn't the cartoon series of Mighty Ducks not related at all to the hockey movie? No, it was not. It was literally a bunch of space ducks that came to Earth for sanctuary from a warring from their warring planet, and they became a hockey team called the Mighty Ducks. And then they started fighting, like, I think lizard people. I can't remember 100%. But the animation in this looks so interesting. I love it. Feels almost choppy, but like fluid at the same time. Interesting. I'm interested. I'm hooked. I'm vibing with it. I'm vibing with it. Dragoon, you're giving it your approval. I'm vibing with that. I'm gonna have to check this out.
have always been second best, yet still have not given up on believing in themselves, breaking the reality life has crafted for them, and then halfway through the movie you take a step back and think, wait, we're still talking about running, right?
Yeah. Okay, like this bit of animation, like this weird choppy line that they're going where half the lines aren't even like connected to each other. And they're just kind of like wiggling around. It's giving a weird feel to the movie. I'm like almost a hopelessness or like a disconnect.
This movie doesn't just speak to the soul, it goddamn drags it out, shakes it by the scruff of its neck, and shouts full volume at it. Somebody, somewhere is going to find this movie at the right time of their lives, and there's going to be a line uttered by a character in here that shoots so deeply to their core, they're going to switch their life into manual mode after having lived it on auto the entire time.
Hell yeah. That's the point. Yeah, no, I would assume so. Because that's the thing, like, when you say a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? Like, that is 100% true. But it's not just the picture, it's the way you're drawing the picture, it's the way you're, like, designing the actual, like, creation of the picture and, like, what the context is and what it's supposed to be doing. And you have to have, like, context for that picture for it to really, like, do all the work that it needs to be doing. But even without much, like, just seeing that one little part, I was able to get a lot of feeling just from that one little frame of animation. It was great. Moments of dissociation, loss of hope, the feeling of being at the edge of losing hope. Yeah. It probably was, and then probably started running and just felt great. Yeah, let's keep watching. Really? He put this at 10?
Do you ever feel like if you watch enough anime, so many of them don't just start looking the same, but also start to feel the same? Gigguk spits on that.
If you want to watch this movie but you have a weak stomach, don't. If you're not a fan of metal, rap, as a style of music, if you are not a fan of blood, heavy violence, and like just a despairing atmosphere, probably skip this anime. But honestly, I would also recommend try and push through it because this anime is so good. It is such a fun shonen. So fun.
Taking pre-established conventions and says, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. This is set in the world of trash, taste. But unlike the latter, there is absolutely nothing garbage flavor about this.
As a person who ran for release for so long, it spoke. It just felt so good to run, and that movie communicated so well. Did you go for a run right after watching that movie there, Dragoon? You did. No comment. Also, fun fact, gachakuta means legit trash. The show itself is literally calling itself legitimate trash. It's the trash anime, but it's not trash, it's peak. Trash peak anime.
Presenting one of the most insane worlds shonen has to offer. Have a look at these characters. Now,
these characters hurt my soul. Because a lot of them are from very unique anime, but hey, all the characters look the exact same. Fucking same.
unless you've already seen them, you might not be able to tell that these are 5 characters from 5 completely different shows.
They're the same picture.
Now take one character from Gachiakuta. Not only will you
will never place them in another anime ever in your life. Unless, you know, they are specifically being referenced in that anime, which could potentially happen, because they've done that in many anime. Corporate is asking you to find the difference between these photos. Heh. Good luck.
Be able to mistake the show they're from, but their style, their attitude, how they carry themselves, everything about them screams expression that you know exactly what type of personality they have. Now multiply that by all the minor characters you'll ever see.
Just look at this roster of characters. Even the 3 faceless guys in the background have a little bit of character to them. I think out of all of them, the ones that probably stand out the least would be, not counting these 3 in the back because they are uniformed characters, the ones that stand out the least, funny enough, would be these 3. And that's mainly because, like, all 3 of them have very similar hair colors. The main character is very short and hunched himself over so he doesn't, muted tones. He's hunched over, he's making himself even smaller than he already is, so, like, he doesn't stand out all that much. And then you have these 2 in the fucking front, and they're just taking over the entire scene. And then this one redhead in the back. And she's taking over the entire thing. But, like, even still, you look at these characters, and you're just like, okay, quiet type character, main character, sassy, brooding emo boy, big chungus, boss, done. You just get it.
Gachiakuta has a design philosophy that permeates every single aspect of the show, creating a visual language with a vibe that is absolutely unmatched. Neon lights flood the back alleys, the streets are crude and gritty, with a stench that almost permeates through the screen. Graffiti plasters every wall you walk past. The world doesn't just feel lived in, every little detail exudes a sense of character that communicates a story to you, without having to utter a single word. The author teamed up with a real graffiti artist to help craft the art behind it, which just adds that layer of authenticity to its visual identity. And also, just look at her. She is a character in her own world. Then you have the power system. It's trash. Parentheses affectionate. Having a system where objects treated with love and care are imbued with powers is not only original.
Yeah, I love the power system in this too. If you have an item that you specifically like put a lot of time, effort, and love into. It doesn't matter what that item is. You can give it life. So for me, I think the one item I would give would be my drawing pen. That would probably be my lifeline right there. Either that or like my keyboard and mouse or something like that. Like my computer setup. That would probably be my setup. My item. But like for this guy, his assist staff, he has like a huge attachment to the stick. The main character, his item is gloves. The big chunky guy that you saw in there with a funny hat, his was a friggin' water like a hose sprinkler, like a waterhead sprayer. Worn down and trashed to most. Yep. But everything to you.
But serves as another vehicle for characters to express themselves. It's the only show where you'll see characters use scissors, umbrellas, gloves, hair cones, and glasses as
Okay, it's not the only one where you would see these. Okay.
themselves. It's the only show where you'll see characters use scissors,
Kill a kill.
umbrellas,
The penguin.
gloves, hair
Gloves is pretty common, like most Final Fantasy. Hair, I mean, that was one of the first villains in Inuyasha.
cones, and glasses as weapons,
But here's the problem. It's all in the same place. Yeah. It's all in the same place, and they're all, like, actual mundane items, not like that's literally their superpower and their attachment. No, they're just normal items.
Then you start to wonder, why is that object this character's vital instrument? What does that say about their personality, their backstory? Which objects do I have that define me? It's ideas like this that feed your imagination to the possibilities it opens up, and that's what I felt watching Gacha Yakuza in its entirety. It might not be the most polished shonen of our generation, or have a story that pushes it to new boundaries, yet I constantly found myself hitting that next episode just so I could spend a bit more time in the insane world it created.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with this take. Like it was just so good. And yeah, no, the items they are used in other locations and all that, but like once again, these are all in the same anime, and all the side characters are very fleshed out. And I love that in anime where they actually take the side characters and give them so much life. Number 9.
The Lord and Master of Luna Mountain!
Oh, this anime. Yeah, this one had a real strong start. Kind of petered off for me about halfway through, but it's a really good one. Once again, if you have a weak stomach, probably not a good anime for you. Just as a heads up, not a good anime if you have a weak stomach.
What happened over the past millennium? And what is it that brings them here?
Fantasy is the double-edged sword of the anime world. Swing one side and you have some of the most critically acclaimed, beloved shows in the entire medium respected by everyone who watches them. But swing the other side and you're greeted with some of the trashiest, stinkiest shows you can find in the medium. And I'm not talking about the Gacha Yakuza kind. So when a new fantasy anime comes out, I'm always thinking, which side is this one gonna swing? Alright, looks like we've got some hyper-violent action. Could be edgy, could be mature, unsure. Oh hey, there's proper thought put into the world building and politics, so it's not just the same copy-paste Demon Lord fantasy world. That swings that way. Okay, the hero's been given an immortal body. Sounds like this could potentially be power fantasy-ish. Yeah, that's a little stinky. But then, I watch as the hero yeets herself off a cliff, leaving just her mangled corpse remaining, only to have her body parts grotesquely shoved back into place as you hear the crackling of bones over the most guttural scream of pain as her body is forcibly put back together.
Yeah. Exactly. This poor girl goes through fucking it. And yeah, she hates every moment of it.
Little by little, while the bandits around her can only watch on in horror, and it was this moment that I realized, oh, I'm in.
Approved.
Cleaver
Yeah, true. Yeah, exactly.
This is the kind of brutal dark fantasy show I've been missing. Not a full-on masterpiece like Berserk, but just a fun show that takes itself just seriously enough. You have a protagonist that is heroic and kicks ass without being annoyingly idealistic or
Love that one little hair fall. Oh, yeah.
stupidly overpowered. Also, she has an eye patch. The world and power system isn't just copying off every other power fantasy out there. The protagonist has an eye patch. The violence is
Back to the eye patch. And also, she's not stupidly overpowered. The Clevitas, the main monster in this is but he also isn't the person trying to fix all the problems. If anything, he's the one causing most of them. She's just immortal, yeah. But she's immortal, not indestructible. She can be torn apart very easy. But at least she's a very good swordsman.
Gratuitous while being purposeful and setting the tone of the story. You can see the hallmarks of what could have turned into an edgy fantasy, slavery, prostitution, but then you're reminded that anime can actually treat these subjects with the weight that they deserve. It's not always for the faint of heart, but it's the kind of grungy 90s fantasy show anime hasn't seen in a long time. She's got a goddamn eye patch!
Yes, she has an eye patch. Thank you. We understand. We get it. She has an eye patch. So do like 90% of edgy anime protagonists. I did not see this one.
You ever see a new parent and how their eyes light up when talking about their kids? They show you a million photos of the same pose. They brag about the
Okay, have a good one there, Dragoon. Enjoy, have a good day at work.
the smallest achievement their kid was able to do. You feel a sense of pride you've never felt before towards anything else when they speak. That's what watching Medalist makes you feel like. This is a show about ice skating, but it's also a show about role models and the rewards of what being a great role model can get you. Inori is an
It's another sports anime. Okay.
11-year-old girl who's been told she's too old to enter the figure skating world. She's shy, insecure, and collects worms for a hobby. This girl is going to get absolutely destroyed in school. But just by finding one person that believes in her, she's able to see something in herself that she never could before, shine in a way she never believed, and you're invited to be a part of that transformation. Medalist grabs you with grounded, well-realized characters all around, doing something revolutionary by treating its child characters like
Children.
normal characters. Because did you know? Children are people too. When you think about it, it's kind of fucked up how much your life insecurities and self-image are defined by a few early moments in your
You want to know what's fucked up? The simple fact that just seeing a little kid in an anime makes me extremely worried. I'm always scared when I see a kid in an anime. But I've got hope for this one. What was this one called?
life. Maybe a teacher said that you were dumb, and then from then on you just accept that as a fact. Or maybe, hypothetically, you were told your hair looks silly, so you start spiking it.
Medalist, thank you. I am putting that on my list. Oh, medalist. Oh, that makes sense. Alright, we got it. We got it.
Up like fucking Sasuke. Or a friend said you were boring, so you buy this Scarface poster to pretend like you have a personality. Or you look like a nerd with glasses, so you start wearing contacts every day. So seeing someone who was able to be set on the correct path because they found the right person, found the right role model, spoke to a part of my younger self that might not have gotten that same opportunity. Every small achievement, every small step they take becomes a collective win. And when they pull through and hit that complete triple axel after numerous falls, you'll be shedding tears like a proud dad telling the person next to you, "That's my kid! Yeah, that's my kid."
Wonderful. I love those types of animes. Just those feel good, like zero to hero sort of animes that just feel good. My Hero Academia season 1 did that for me. Like, it was such a fun anime. I'm sad it kind of fell off, but I'm very glad that it got a nice little ending to it, and I'm very much enjoying Vigilantes as it's coming out. No, that subtitle. No, that subtitle isn't part of it. Just what might happen if you watch it. Ah, good to note. I was going to watch this. I didn't get a chance to. But from what I've heard, this is a fantastic anime. Once again, not great for those with a faint of heart or a weak stomach.
Horror is one of those genres anime rarely gets right. On one hand, I think the medium makes it harder to get genuine scares compared to its live-action counterparts, but then...
Well, it's not just that, it's also that whenever you get a horror anime, they focus too much on, like, the shock value of it. Like, especially in the West, we look at horror anime and we're like, oh, look at that, it's a cartoon, but there's blood and guts and everything, it's so cool! And then that's all they kind of focus on, that's all they really have to do in order to, you know, sell copies out here. But like, there are some legitimate like creepy horror anime out there. And from what I hear, this is one of the better ones.
And one too many times, we get a promising project like Uzumaki that took a bit too much inspiration from its source material and spiraled its own production into madness. I was beginning to lose faith, but thankfully the summer Hikaru died not only restored that, but has set the bar of how anime can achieve horror of the highest quality. So you may be wondering, what's so different about this one?
He's gay, but he has a special connection to classical music. There's many things that are interesting about him.
I'd heard so many great things about this manga, but I watched the anime knowing nothing about it. I wanted to go in raw, and apparently, so did they. And within the first few minutes, it's evidently clear how this show succeeds where so many others have faltered. Almost immediately, you are drawn in with this eerie sense of dread that crawls under your skin and doesn't let up. Every scene oozes a sinister air as thick as the summer humidity you're watching on screen. It's not about jump scares, it's the ghastly imagery that gives you a peek into the eldritch horrors that lay beneath the shadows. Horrific entities brought to life with haunting arts that make the hair on the back of your neck stand. Atmosphere is why this is a masterclass of animated horror. Behind
You watched a bit of this? I'm assuming it was probably hard to get through. Not in a bad way, but in a, oh, I like this anime, but oh, okay, I don't think I can do much of this one. Yeah. That would probably be me. This looks like a fantastic anime, but not one I'd probably be able to watch a lot of. At least in one sitting.
all that though is a succinct
or I'll one-shot the entire anime and hate my life. I just forgot to watch more. What I saw was pretty good, but it might get dark later? Yeah. Ah, I see. Yeah, from what I hear, it gets a little dark and a little bleak.
Exploration of grief and love between two bros that is 100% undeniably, categorically platonic.
So
History will remember them as friends and roommates.
so good. Hey yo, what the fuck?
I mean, just look at this man. He's so straight, he's about to have sex with another man so he knows what the woman he goes on dates with will feel like. Cause you know, when you have a Lovecraftian nightmare creature wearing the skin of your dead friends, you first gotta figure out so many things. What is it? Is it dangerous? Does it come in peace? Or just you?
You know, maybe Michael's gay, maybe he's not. He is.
Oh my. Oh my. Look, I'm sure the anime is far more than just yaoi, okay? It's way more than just yaoi, okay? I don't like the fact that that's what that anime has become. Is just, it's the gay horror anime. I don't like that, but, I mean, people latch on to things, right? Yeah, To Be Hero had some crazy animation to it. It was another one of those My Hero Academia type animes. My Hero Academia meets not the maybe the boys. Maybe the boys would be a good way to kind of describe it. But the big, I wasn't able to like finish it. Not because I didn't want to, but mostly because like I was like, other things to do at the moment. So, I don't know, maybe it didn't have the longevity that I wanted it to have. Just from the 1 or 2 episodes I've seen of Summer Hikaru Died, I didn't get the feeling that that was the point of the show. But, again, I only watched 1 or 2 episodes. Yeah. Can we not?
China.
Has continually been on the rise.
Oh, I get the joke. I got the joke. Perp. The eldritch horror comes and you're called peace trope. Yeah.
In the animation space, and this year it really felt like there was always at least one show per season that stood out in the highly competitive world of animation to be one of the hot shows to watch. And in my eyes, their crowning achievement of 2025 came in the form of To Be Hero X. This is China's own take into the superhero genre that asks the question, what would society be like if people
That's right. That's the one thing that I'm kind of getting tired of. Like, I am getting so tired of storylines where the heroes are secretly the bad ones, or they are just corrupt, bought, terrible in some way, shape, or form, or just two-dimensional. Put some text on that image that says "get trumped." That'd be funny. But like, I miss when a superhero movie was just, or a superhero show or story, anything like that. I miss it when it was literally a zero to hero coming of age into like a person that legitimately just wanted to help people. And now the only time we get that is when they remake Spider-Man for the 50th time. And even then we barely get that. And it's just, can't we just have a superhero movie, please? Where the characters are superheroes and actually heroic? Uplifting messages and good stories are put down and frowned upon, if Sony allows it. No, Sony allows it. Like, they even made Venom have, like, a hero story. But, like, I don't know, it's just like, you have The Boys, you have My Hero Academia, you have To Be Hero, and all these things, or like, the 30 spin-offs of DC or Marvel where all the heroes are actually just, like, terrible, horrible people. And can we not just go back to having, like, heroes being heroes? I did play Dispatch. That was close, but, like, yeah, I already did. And Dispatch was close, but it was one of those situations, again, where it was like, it was a corporation. They were being kind of, like, paid to do this kind of job instead of like the 90s era, yeah, where a person got themselves a superpower and they're like, okay, I'm going to start doing things to be the good person. Like season 1 of My Hero Academia, okay, where Deku's body just moved and he wanted to he just needed to help. That's all it was. There was no bureaucracy behind it. There was no like like employment behind it. There wasn't like some secondary motivation behind it. It was just, we need more Static Shock. Yeah, like, it was just a hero movie showing a character that has good values and wanted to do something good in the world. I can't say I like the clear hero stuff, but there's an obvious market and need for it. Yeah, I agree.
Could gain superpowers based on the social media influence they have. India is now a world superpower. OnlyFans is more powerful than Disney.
Oh my god, you're right.
But in the world of 2B Hero X, anyone can gain superpowers as long as you are able to convince the masses to believe in you. Trust is how you gain power in this world. People's mass perceptions dictate not only who becomes a superhero, but the types of powers they get and the life they lead. There's Furman, a firefighter who saved a young girl from a falling ceiling that went viral, gaining him the power of incredible strength and invulnerability at the expense of never being able to take a proper shit ever again because he can never bend over thanks to his immovable image. Then there's this guy.
Yep.
He got his powers from a League of Legends chat lobby. The risk
Oh no. Oh no.
with a series like this is that you lack a central protagonist to be able to follow the story through, but it more than makes up for it by being able to series like, and there's this guy. He got his powers from a League of Legends chat lobby.
KYS, bro fell off. Uninstalled Life Gang. He ain't beating Goku though. Throw yourself off a cliff. Yeah. He got his powers from a League of Legends chat lobby. Basically, the main character in this one, he was the #1 hero and everyone really loved him, but he was a celebrity at that point and was not allowed to be anything other than that character until he, yep, and gave his and
The risk with this
random dude number 32.
Then there's this guy.
That guy, this guy right here, was the last person to see him alive, and thus they grabbed him and turned him into the guy that just fell. In order to make sure that the guy that just fell doesn't ruin his image. Yep. That's how deep that got. That's how crazy it was. I mean, it's dark, it's good, it's a great storyline. And the story that follows after that just keeps on, like, perpetuating it, and it actually changes this character. In order to, you know, like, it, like, mentally changes him. Because that's how the power system works. It's kind of terrifying. Yeah, it's extremely terrifying. And that's how the entire power system in this universe works. People's perception change you. And it's fucked up. If you are perceived, like, for instance, a VTuber, you take me for instance. Your view of me is cute little blob man on the internet. If that were to apply to me in real life, I would actually start basically becoming Freeform in real life. Like this, my persona here would basically turn into my superpower kid. Yeah, a true statement on the mental effects of fame. Yeah. Extremely deep, extremely thought-provoking, and something to really look into if you're getting into this kind of market. Fame will change you. You're already a cute blue blob. Yeah. But that would become my full superpower. Iron Mouse, for instance, if she were to be in this one, her entire superpower would probably be revolving around her gremlin activity and her voice. But she wouldn't be able to break that. She wouldn't be able to break out of it. Your entire power, your entire perception, and the way that your entire world becomes part of your fandom.
Hey guys, pals from a League of Legends chat lobby. The risk with a series like this is that you lack a central protagonist to be able to follow the story through, but it more than makes up for it by being able to explore a multitude of interesting ideas with the premise that they've set up. Not every story is as equally compelling as the next, but every hero is wholly distinct both thematically and visually. Slowly but surely, you are able to piece together the timeline of events and see it all come together at the end. And if that wasn't enough for a reason to watch it, then there's also Hero X, who has the interesting ability to run through a season's worth of animation budget every time he snaps his fingers.
That's funny. Wait. Let's back that up a little bit.
Outside of the unique world setting and power system, this has some of the coolest action sequences I've seen in an animated TV series. And if that still isn't enough for a reason to...
It's almost on par with Arcane. Almost on par with Arcane with the animation. That's how good it is. It is good anime. I just kind of fell off. That's all. Cult leaders would become literal deities, but they would also be molded to become the promise they make to the cult members, meaning they wouldn't be getting scammed. True. They would still be getting scammed because, unfortunately, fame does not require you to be able to have to give back. All you need to do is just keep on feeding that promise. And if you do it right, you don't have to do shit. Unfortunately.
Jump on, watch it, because the creator's a pretty cool guy also. I don't know where I heard that one from.
Yeah. Oh, this show contains depictions of animal cruelty, domestic violence, and... Ooh.
Of course, there's a lot of misery, but it is the same misery that is all around us.
Ah, this one. Yes. I have not seen this one. I have heard of it. It's very Madoka Magica in a lot of ways.
Yes. The trees here are in misery and...
But if it changes your mind and behaviors, and you are generating the belief in people that you will do the things you promise, then you would be molded to keep the promises the people believe you're going to keep. Yes and no. It really depends on what the messaging is. We could go back and forth on that one quite a bit, but I'm pretty sure that, trust me, a cult leader would still be a monster.
The birds are in misery. I don't think they sing, they just screech in pain.
Taco P's Original Sin. I need to make sure I write this one down because I have actually been wanting to take a peek at this.
I remember the first time I watched the movie Requiem for a Dream, a movie so shockingly powerful that it disturbed me to my core, yet allowed me to experience emotions few pieces of fictions had been able to make me feel. Its message has left an imprint on me that remains to this.
To be honest, Hero X is a world where I'd love to throw a character in there, with powers that don't function by the same rules, and watch the locals shit their collective pants. No, you're not disruptive. No, you guys aren't disruptive at all. It's just one of those things where, yeah, it's a conversation that could go back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. But without actually seeing that happen, it's hard to say, like, how the creators would handle that sort of situation. And in terms of what you said there, Vorpal, like, I understand what you're talking about. I've never liked that trope of breaking, having a character in a system that has whose entire power system has nothing to do with the actual, like, world's function. So, like, taking character into this world where the entire power system is based off of, like, how famous you are, right? But then this person suddenly just has superpowers even though they're not famous or anything like that, and then people are like, oh, how does this make sense? Well, then that suddenly takes the entire concept of that story and throws it right out the fucking window. Or having a world that's completely devoid, or sorry, a world that's completely surrounded by magic, but the magic is, like, attached to equipment or items or something like that. You need to have, like, special gems, and then suddenly there's this one person who's able to use magic without that. It just kind of breaks the power system quite a bit. That one show about getting powers based on your fandom kind of makes me think of Miss Head. I don't recognize that. Oh, yeah. I recognize that. I don't think I've seen that cartoon. I've seen bits of it, though. Miss Heed. Yeah, Heed. Sorry. Once again, dyslexia. Like, heed the warning. Yeah. But, like, I don't know, it just kind of, like, breaks the illusion of the world when you just put a character into a world that ignores all the rules of that world just to watch a character, you know, jump above everything else. So, in your situation with that one, putting a character that has powers because, you know, they were bit by a mutant spider and that's how they got their powers, right? Now they're in this world that also gives them powers on top of that, based on them being based on them being popular, because they would inevitably get extremely popular from the fact that they already have superpowers. But then their superpowers would be based on the fact that they are superpowered without having fandom, but now they're getting fandom, so now what happens to them? Like, it's weird. It'd just be a weird paradox of a situation. But yeah, depressing anime.
Day and continues to be one of those films I'm glad I experienced but never wanted to watch again. I said exactly the same thing to myself after watching Taco P's Original Sin. This is one of those shows that leaves you completely drained, giving you the sinking feeling that drops down to the pit of your stomach at the end of every episode. Genre?
Oh, no.
Drama? No, this is a straight-up horror anime for your emotions. It's about an alien, Taco P, from the planet Happy. All he wants to do is spread smiles and happiness without a single shred of negativity. He's the type of guy who'd hear about a racism problem and try to solve it by running. Now pair him with the Trauma Trio, 3 kids whose collective future therapist bill would equal the GDP of Norway. That's right.
Hey, little buddy, how are you doing? Oh my god! Whoa!
It's Japanese smiling friends.
We are getting so many Smiling Friends references today.
friends. This is a series that wastes no time into throwing you into the absolute deep end of emotional trauma and letting you sink further from there. Watching the first episode of Takapi is like...
Takapi's original sin trigger warnings. To all my fellows who watch anime, I'm writing this to warn you about extreme content in the new series Takapi's Original Sin. Please share this with everyone who is sensitive to these issues because it could seriously trigger them. Child violence, self-harm, suicide, parental neglect, animal abuse, grooming, pedophilia, gaslighting, blood loss, homelessness, anxiety, war crimes, food poisoning, dismemberment, Steve Gutenberg. Okay. Depression, filing taxes, religious persecution, United States of America.
And then...
Anyway, I wasn't done reading that. Thank you. Fujoshi supremacy, stepping on Legos, stand-up comedians, political corruption, the Epstein files, kick streamers, communism, toe stubbing, fentanyl, genocide, Master Xehanort, scromating? Manga readers, 3D Street Pass, Mind Break. The orb is overrated.
And then the series just continues pounding your emotions into the ground. It presents you with some of the heaviest subjects a child can go through with no filters to help avert your eyes. If I had a nickel for every time one of these kids got whipped by belts, I'd have 0 nickels. Because their parents used the fist.
Oh dear.
Everyone is an asshole. Everyone is the worst kind of human they can possibly be. Then when you're shown that faint ray of sunlight at the end of the tunnel, your first instinct is to think, oh no. But that's not to say there is no point to all of this suffering. For how despicable some of these actions you witness are, it constantly reminds you that the biggest villains are the parents who failed them. Parental neglect, physical abuse, and worst of all, a law-accurate Asian mum. Each kid is a product of...
Oof. To fear a 93. Holy crap.
Of their own toxic environment, and for how suffocatingly pessimistic this show can be, it never devolves into being downright cynical. It's an important reminder of how trauma can be passed on, how the worst environments can shape the worst people, and no matter how hard life can be, nothing is more suffocating than having to deal with it alone. Because in the end, aren't the friends we made, the trauma bonding we did along the way? Wait, is that how he goes?
No.
I know it's our job to help this guy and everything, but I think this guy's a lost cause. He's obviously made up his mind. Why don't we just cut our losses and get out of here?
Oh dear. Oh no. Trauma, the anime. Let's go! Oh, it's not about having an OP character. Oh, I never said anything about an OP character. It's about having something that's impossible by the standards of the world, and just having them there functioning as they do anyway. Preferably if the locals slowly realize that there's something very, very wrong with this newcomer. Probably with lots of scrambling and vaguely Lovecraftian views towards said interloper. Yeah, I can understand that. The only reason why I have a problem with that kind of idea in anime is just they tend to happen a lot. Tokopi's Original Sin, yes. Taco piece with an A. There you go. Boom. There you go. Once again, don't watch it if... Taco peas. Yes. Don't watch it if you are going through some stuff yourself, but if you want to, watch it and maybe get some kind of a ray of sunshine through Taco Bee, or be able to help you, get through something, go for it. It might help. It might make you feel worse. Just as a saying. Just a note. Okay? Watches it because I'm going through things. Yeah, sometimes it's one of those situations where you can watch something that's heavy and it'll help you feel a little bit better because it'll show you a path through that hell. But there's also other points where it could make your situation worse because all you'll do is just flood your mind with those same bits of negativity.
Saddle up!
2026 is now officially the year of the horse, but unfortunately, Uma Musume didn't get that memo because, like your typical gacha gamer, it came a bit early.
Damn it, Gigguk. Okay, now I'm waiting for Striker to pop in and be like, oh my. Nice shoes. Yes, they have very good character design in Uma Musume. I'm always going through stuff. As twisted as it sounds, sometimes feel bad media at least makes it feel like my feelings are real. Yeah. It helps bring me down from the disassociation, even if that's to remind myself of the bad things. And sometimes you need to do that. Brony's return. You have no idea. I did watch this, by the way. It's actually really fun. It's really good. I enjoyed. Oh, I know. Hey, at least they're not actual horses this time. Reminds me of the first April Fool's thing in Limbus, when Virgil is turned into a horse. I'm not sure what that is. I watched the Saga of Tanya the Evil for that reason, actually. Ah, makes sense. But they are based off real horses. You are not wrong. You are not wrong. No, all of them, I believe, are. They all are actually attached to a real-life horse. In some way, shape, or form.
This was the year the internet collectively fell into the Uma Musume rabbit.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. They all are, and they are named after them. Yep. Faithful to an extent. I mean, when translating horse to human, it's still a little on the tricksy side, but yeah, if you Google their real their names, you'll find the real horse. Yep. And their mannerisms kind of like lean into them. One of them, Goldship, even does Michael Jackson poses IRL. Sounds about right.
Hole, and Cinderella Grey embodies every damn reason of why this franchise became a global phenomenon. This was the highest intensity, no bullshit, all action sports anime to come out in 2025, delivering that level of jump out you see hype in every single episode you put on. You are given little room to breathe, going from one race to the next, every match injecting that burst of adrenaline your body starts to crave. If you were living under a rock last year, yes, there is a gacha game of the same IP, yes, this is anthropomorphized horse girls running against each other, based on real historic races in
Nothing.
Japan, which I've already talked about when I covered the show last month, but you don't need to know any of that to enjoy the spectacle it delivers. That rush as you witness that last eruption is as addictive as any drug. You hear the roar of the crowd as the commentator eggs them on. As you watch.
Apparently they gave most of the anime characters the exact personality traits of the horse. Like one of them, the real-life horse bullies her rider unless they're on camera, and then the horse actually acts super cute and friendly. That's so the horse is a tsundere. Gotcha. Till the cameras are off, then it starts being mean to the rider. That's funny. Horses in general are too smart. They are extremely intelligent animals.
Watch athletes digging deeper than they ever have before. Suddenly, this janky-ass anime girl run becomes the most hype thing you've ever seen. As you shout out, God, this is what peak performance looks like! And then the race is over. You calm down, switch on the next episode, and experience it all again. Wait, that last paragraph sounded familiar. Was that ChatGPT? No, in fact, it was GigGPT, because I just copied it from myself. I've already said everything I had to say about it in that video, so you know what?
I will say that the one thing that throws me off a little bit about the about Uma Musume is that suddenly at the end of the race, the winner gets to actually perform a little song and dance like an actual idol girl, and that just feels a little wonky to me, like it's very like forced in there, but it's still fun.
I'll just let ChatGPT rewrite my own work to tell you again in the style of Gigguk. That moment when the final eruption hits, your monkey brain just activates. The crowd is screaming. The commentator is absolutely losing it. The athletes are pushing past every physical limit known to mankind. And suddenly, this janky, low FPS anime girl run has your full, undivided soul. You're sitting there like, why am I this invested? As you stand up yelling, God, this is peak human performance at your screen like you've just witnessed the second coming, but it's sponsored by questionable animation shortcuts, and then it ends. You blink. You remember you're an adult. You sigh, click the next episode, and willingly let it happen to you all over again, because
okay, that last part is true.
anime has once again tricked you into feeling emotions through sheer bullshit and spectacle.
Why is that so real, though? Doesn't the winner of a horse race usually get to do a Prancy victory lap? Maybe they were trying to do that. Oh, maybe that actually is a good point. I never actually even thought of that. In Lima's company, the devs did a couple of April Fool vignettes. The first one referenced a trio of gotchas, including Uma Musume, where they turned the straight-laced Virgilus into a wholesale horse. That's funny. Immersion is its own curse. It's very true.
What the fuck does ChatGPT think I sound like?
The wanker.
You can go watch my actual video if you want to hear everything I have to say about it better than GigGPT ever could. Okay, I promise I'm going to stop glazing my own work now. Anyway, number 3. Barn, the boundaries of adulthood.
I knew he was going to do this. So this is Gigguk's own anime. I think it's only got one episode, but it looked so pretty, and it's got such interesting world in it. But it's a very show don't tell anime. So you kind of have to go in there and try and like decipher what is going on as the anime is unfolding, and then almost like rewatch it in order to like try and piece more stuff together. So it's interesting.
This was a new anime made by a fairly new creator in the industry.
Oh. Yeah, Apocalypse Hotel.
Attention spans are fucked. Memes are incomprehensible. I can't be the only one who feels...
Is that on his YouTube channel? Oh, that was quick. I think it might be on his YouTube channel. I'm not 100% sure. Tanuki? No. No, not Tanuki.
Like every day I see something that makes me lose IQ, until my last remaining brain cells are stuck there on life support, powering the last bit of sentient thought I have. But this year, there was no show that healed my soul more than watching Apocalypse Hotel. In an era of brain rot, this one gave me pure brain ripe. Apocalypse Hotel is a different kind of slice of life. It has
robots. Apocalypse Hotel.
All the hallmarks that make up the genre: a quieter, subdued approach to storytelling, charming characters, a whimsical, bright air that complements its calming atmosphere. And then you keep watching.
Oh dear!
Okay, maybe there's a bit of brain rot in this one. Doomslayer Tanukis, Power Rangers fighting Kangaroo Thanos, a fucking mech battle in the middle of a desolate cityscape. You can put on an episode and have no idea what kind of unhinged shenanigans you're going to encounter next, but behind the chaos and the laughter, it constantly delivers a story with a heart
Holy crap!
series are able to reach. A door-opening robot that fails at opening doors, a hospitality robot with no one left to serve, a hotel that opens to a place with a population of 0. This is a world with no meaning, where characters are forced to find their own.
Oh, what is the name of his anime? I'll have to look it up for you in a little bit. He said it earlier in the show during his honorable mentions chunk.
How is it? Do you find purpose in a place where there is none? Watching this band of lovable misfits allows you to reflect about the purpose you may be missing from your own life. It's a show so hopelessly optimistic, steeped in layers of melancholy. A story set in a bleak place where no hope should be able to be found, yet it still is able to greet you with the warmth
Why did that horse turn into a butterfly? Or a dragonfly, I guess. Horsefly. Ah. 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 I like it. Same brain cell. There you go. We can't split the brain cell that much. It's gonna blow.
Was this supposed to be the end?
I'll stop using it. My Hero Academia, I have a very love-hate relationship with it. I loved the first few seasons of My Hero. And then it just kind of like started to feel like started to go into that direction I was talking about earlier, where the hero character being too like depressing at the end of it all. Deku's not a great character, I'll be perfectly honest. Like, he does his job at the beginning, but like he ends up just being a whiny little shit throughout the whole thing, I find, without getting much better. But then he does, of course, shortly after I fell off the anime. Vigilantes, however, is everything I wanted My Hero Academia to be. It's just a phase, Lord. It's a phase, my lord. No. And yeah, I should really go back and try to finish this anime because it is so good. It is so fun. I haven't seen the show, but Deku is a child who gets roped into being put through huge amounts of pain and bullshit because of the expectation of others. No, that's not actually true. Deku didn't get roped into it. He wanted it. He wanted it more than anybody to be a hero. He wanted to be somebody that can be relied upon. He wanted to be there for people, to help people to be better, to make the world better. Unfortunately, he was the 2% of the entire population that was born without power. Literal power. Things that other people are born with, like the ability to create explosives, to be able to imitate an animal of some sort, to do things that that he just will never be able to do because he's just a normal dude. And unfortunately, because of that, he would not be able to do the thing that he wanted. However, he did get something popped into his life to be able to do that sort of thing. I'm not going to spoil it. I highly recommend watching the anime. It is so fucking good. I think the biggest point where it starts to get a little bullshitty is when they start like piling powers on top of both Deku and the main antagonist. Like, the main antagonist of the series ends up becoming so freaking overpowered that they had to pile more bullshit on top of the main character in order to try and compensate and, you know, squeak out some kind of an actual win. He does actually end up starting to get more powers. Yeah, it has power creep like lazy writing. I don't know about lazy writing per se. Like, it's still good, but yeah, I guess it can fall into the category of lazy writing. He wanted to be the very best, like no one ever was. Power creep. I hate power creep. It's a little weird. Like, I like the power creep for the other characters because it's power creep that makes sense for who they are. Like, one character whose literal power is to make explosions. He sweats nitroglycerin, basically. He gets super overpowered because he's just focusing on that. He's training it over and over and over again. He's making himself better all the time. And his powers are just that. He makes more fucking explosions, okay? Whereas the main character, Deku, he gets powers basically slapped on top of him because of the actual power that I guess it kind of like it does make sense how he's getting his powers, but they're very like specific powers that make him just individually they wouldn't work, but together they just make them super overpowered. I prefer when they have a set broad power and just find absolutely every way to use that. Yes, I agree with that. That one's 100%. Yeah, no, I agree with that 100%. Yeah. But let's hear Gigguk's wording about it.
Shonen action shows are the lifeblood of the anime industry. They are the most popular, have the most influence, and are very often some of the very first anime we end up watching. It's these shows that help shape a young generation of people, and I certainly can't forget what they instilled into me. As a kid too young to understand anything, I saw heroes fighting against evil to protect the things they stand for. They stood...
God, I'm like sitting right there with Gigguk at the moment. These three are some of my first few animes.
Up for those who couldn't, represented all the good in the world, and though I grew up and realized the real world isn't as simple or idealistic as the one portrayed in the realm of fiction, it's these stories that help set me on the right path. It gave me hope. It gave me role models. It taught me about the person I should aspire to be. To me, this is what shonen is meant to be about. This is the shonen I grew up with.
The real world sucks. Yep, you're right. But hey, doesn't mean you have to let it suck. You can make it better.
This is the shonen I know, and I don't think many shows have distilled that concept down as purely as My Hero Academia has. Regular viewers will know that I've had an up and down relationship with this franchise. Yeah. I instantly fell in love in Season 1, watched it explode in popularity in Season 2 and 3, then gradually fell out of favour as other shows took the spotlight, but I always kept watching in hopes that it could at least end with a bang. And now, 10 years later, I can wholeheartedly say, boy, did it ever. This final season.
Case in point. Case in point. My man's entire power set is I make things go boom. And he makes things go boom. Bakugo is the GOAT. I love that man. My boy. I love the ending credits for Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah. Let's destroy the cities. Don't worry, the city was already fucked at that point. At that point, what he just did was just like, you know, icing on the cake.
Delivered a spectacle worthy of the legacy it will leave. And now that's all over. Looking back, I feel like My Hero Academia came out in a strange transitionary period. In a time where its contemporaries were getting darker, getting weirder, getting bloodier. It almost felt like MHA was the squeaky clean, straight-laced student in a classroom of delinquents. And yet, it managed to achieve what so many long-running series have failed to do. For after 10 years of characters, action, drama, and development, it was able to close out standing tall, shouting a clear and concise message for the world to hear that stayed completely true to what it always was. Anyone can be a hero. Anyone should try to be a hero, even if it's just for the people around you.
Except for Deku, because he had no powers. He had to be given power in order to... He had to be literally given a superpower in order to become a hero. He had to be enabled. That's why I ended up getting like so upset with this. Deku was not able to become a hero on his own. He was and wasn't at the same time. Like, he did build himself up. He had to build himself up, but, like, if he wasn't given that, like, power by All Might, he wouldn't have been able to do what he did. Period. He wouldn't have been able to go to the school. He wouldn't have been able to be part of anything bigger. He wouldn't have been able to, you know, improve make this show happen. If he was just a normal kid that became, you know, a superhero, I think that probably would have done a better job. But this series was like, in a world where everybody has superpowers and one kid doesn't, but he wants to become a superhero, we give him a superpower so he can actually become a superhero. Yeah. That's why I like Vigilantes so much. It actually did what they should have done with My Hero Academia. Just let him have a power to start with. And let him just grow that useless power into something actually good. It's like the main character in Vigilantes, his main power is, I can slide across the ground as long as I'm in contact with all four limbs. And now he's actually like getting to be really powerful, and apparently he's getting really strong because he's like pushing himself to be a hero. And he was also told, no, you can't be a hero. Your power is not going to be useful. But now he's becoming a hero. Vigilante, but he's a hero.
Hopeful, it's optimistic, it's somewhat maybe cheesy, but it is very My Hero Academia. This may not go down in history as every
my thing with it is that All Might knew Deku's body couldn't withstand the power. Yeah. And he knew that that he was giving Deku, knowing that Deku was a child who didn't fully understand what he was getting agreeing to. And then he has to take on the mantle of All Might, with all the expectations that were put on All Might as one of the best heroes. Yeah, I can agree with that. I guess the point is he was so far behind his classmate, Deku had to learn a lot quickly. I haven't seen Vigilantes. I recommend Vigilantes. It's really fun. All Might needed Deku to blow himself up. Kind of, actually. But he does for a while until he actually like starts learning how to use his powers.
Everyone's favorite show, but I will remember it as a testament of what the beating heart of shonen should be. We will always need heroes. We will always need hope. We will always need a story like this. And at the end of this era, I'm glad it was there to remind us one last time.
All in all, I do need to finish My Hero. You good, Nix? You just have a little cough? Just having a little cough? Good girl. You just had a little cough. That's all. I do need to finish it, but I'm very curious. What is your number one? What is the number one for you?
All
types of people.
こんなに大勢いるのに誰一人同じ人はいない。そりゃ争いは絶えないでしょ。
何度で Orb. On the movement of the earth. Wait, what? I don't know if I don't recognize this one at all. I guess for me, it's just that I've had the horrors of child warriors pointed out to me too many times. Now I see it. I wouldn't worry too much about that one in My Hero situation. It's an anime. It's not any different from like Dragon Ball Z or Yu Yu Hakusho or anything like that. It's young kid gets superpowers and now becomes hero.
In my line of work, I watch a lot of shows. I remember a lot of shows, but rarely do I have the time to go back and rewatch them. It's only when something truly lingers, a story that grabs hold and follows me, that occupies my mind whenever I have a free moment, that one line that sticks with me not because it was...
I will say one thing that I've noticed with Gigguk is that he focuses a lot on anime with heavy emotional baggage, so to speak. Which isn't a bad thing. Like that's his personal preference. I like that too. I love an anime that. Oh, can you quiet? Gotta shake her head all the time. There she goes again. Got another one in you? Yep. Tingle, tingle, tingle. And then there's me just screaming like, Nixie, please. Don't worry, I'm not like that with my dog. Not at all. I let her walk around. Free shaking the keys, Chad. Jiggle, jiggle. Pay attention. Focus. But, where was I? Yeah, I do like these types of animes, but I like them to have a bit more like substance than just being like a thought-provoking anime. Did you see what I said about Erica 7? Yeah. That's the same voice actor for Vash the Stampede. Oh, interesting. Neat. I'm being all about like thought-provoking and like this has a message and it's driving it home hard. Those are fun anime, sure, but like I don't know, they're one-noted, I find, but at the same time, they're fun. They're good.
Witty or punchy, but because it touched on something deep, something meaningful, something real. I've rewatched Orb on the Movements of the Earth more times this year than any other shows from the past 10 years, and yet I am still as moved, as awestruck, as absolutely mesmerized as the first time I watched it. Why am I telling you all this?
わからない。私の感動を必死に伝えてる。
This was a show that, when half done, I put as 4th on my list last year, not knowing that when I finished the entire thing, it would...
Johnny Young Bosch and Steve Bloom are two very good VAs. You should look at their list of voice roles. You'll be surprised how many characters each of them have done that you might not realize were the same VA. Oh, I can believe it. The world of VAs is extremely impressive, but very small. You'd be surprised how many like mainline voice actors there actually are. There's not a lot. And that's because a lot of the time it's a very like it's a closed market in a lot of senses from what I've seen. I wouldn't mind trying to get into it, but at the same time, you guys have seen me trying to read, trying to read and talk. It would not end well. I would need quite a few takes. Hold on one second, everybody. Okay.
Become my anime of the decade. That's a big statement, and you may not agree. You may have other shows you prefer. It may not have hit you the same way it hits me, but that is my truth. And for a moment, I wanted to invite you to see what that truth meant. A show like this comes along only...
What's that? No. I was muted. She couldn't find the remote. Probably.
A few times in a generation. It is not only one of the most original, beautiful, and nigh on unpredictable series to come out in modern time.
Yes. Getting a shoulder.
But it's one of those stories that has the power to teach you something about yourself without preaching, without telling you what's correct.
Okay.
It presents you with profound ideas and helps guide you to find your own answers. Orb is an anime about heliocentrism. It's about proving the Earth moves around the sun, but also it's a story about truth, about people who fight for truth, about the lengths people will go to prove truth, about people who have their truths challenged and respond to it without disrespecting the person that challenged it. An egotistical priest putting his trust in the wisdom of a peasant.
He's got an eye patch!
A devout believer defending the words of an atheist. The heroes of the story are not the ones who are right. It's the ones who are willing to accept that they could be wrong, who will listen to those that oppose them and try to understand even if they don't necessarily agree. These are the people that embody the human spirit, that together ignite a flame that transcends lifetimes. Every character is memorable, every line powerful, every journey poetic. This is simply one of the most beautiful stories I've ever witnessed. And the more time that has passed since I first finished it, the more times I've rewatched it over this year, the stronger its message has resonated with me as I looked out and saw the world as it is today. Unlike the world of Orb, we live in a time when information is more readily available than it ever has been, and yet truth has never felt so hard to find.
Yeah.
Technology that should have allowed us to grow closer has divided us even further. Knowledge is no longer the currency we lack. It's trust. A lack of trust that has eroded the respect we have of our fellow person.
Ain't that the fucking truth? Oh my god. Yeah. It's so hard to actually like you can't just Google anything anymore because, I mean, you never technically could because, you know, don't try, people can lie on the internet, but like, that has never been more true than it has been today. People lie on the internet so much now, it's kind of unbelievable. And it's sad. You can't trust people, you can't trust anyone, you can't trust news, you can't trust the words of others, you can't trust beliefs, you can't trust direction or anything anymore. It's just, and you can barely even trust your own eyes unless you see it directly in front of you for real. And even then, we sometimes just try and skirt around that and be like, ah, no, there's no way that could have happened. But it did. It did. But did it? Yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Ideas are not built on, they are condensed down, dismantled, and publicly shamed. Everyone is a soldier, enlisted to fight in an ideological war of exchanges, where common ground is no man's land and the winner is decided not by who is more right, but who can prove the other side more wrong. How does anyone navigate the landscape we are currently in? And I think that's why I was just so constantly drawn back to this series. A story like this is the reminder I needed that the world doesn't have to work like this, that progress is made through collaboration, not dissociation, that disagree or not, we are still in this together, in an era that will be shaped by our collective hands. Whether
Worlds who built an era together.
any of us have the right answer or not, it's thanks to this show that I remembered, as long as you can continue to question whether you are right.
A wrong answer is not a meaningless one.
何かを知るということだ。進行してる。このためにわざわざ生まれてきた。
きっと迷いの中に倫理がある。筆境。
In short,
それは知性だ。
it's truth itself.
You won't find the wrong answer.
Huh. Oh, and that's anime of 2025. Once again, those are Gigguk's choices. I probably would recommend every single one that he's recommended on this one because they all look fantastic. Unfortunately, a lot of them very, bloody, heavy, gory, horror-centric, it seemed. But I mean, that kind of reflects what our year was. Our year was hell. 2025 was hell for a lot of people. And that hell is still kind of going on to today. And I feel for everything. But like what Folly said earlier, sometimes you just gotta kind of watch another person's hell in order to try and like navigate through your own.